Okay, it is Tuesday, January 24th. And after a deluge of rain over the past couple of days, that should have been snow once again. It is currently 42 degrees and windy, and they are still at it. Never stops.
I'm a chemtray pilot. Spray and pray. I'm a chemtray pilot. Money, fire, brain. I'm a chemtray pilot.
Boy, what in the hell's the matter with you?
So, where are we this week? Well, Davos has ended, and we have all kind of lunacy being spouted up there all week.
I'm in the shower and I'm writing a song. Stop me if you heard it.
Ooh, thank you for watching. Ooh. Yeah, those people run the world. They're so impressive.
I don't think so, Tim.
Thank you, Angelic and Armed Forces musical opening of the meeting. Your Royal Highnesses, Excellencies, distinguished heads of state and government, Excellencies,
Your Excellency.
dear partners and friends of the World Economic Forum, a very cordial welcome to the 2023.
Is this great?
We are coming together under the motto, Cooperation in a Fragmented World.
What the hell did you just say?
Cooperation in a fragmented world.
Yeah, that's right.
At the beginning of this year, we are confronted with unprecedented and multiple challenges. The most critical fragmentation is between those who take a constructive attitude and those who are just bystanders, observers,
Useless.
and even go into the negative, critical, and confrontational attitude. But the spirit of Davos is positive.
Not to mention all the fun they've all been having after flying their private jets over there. And although we had a lot of retards to choose from.
What? A retard. Retard.
I would have to say the return of Al Gore to the stage was quite hilarious to me.
We're still putting 162 million tons into it every single day, and the accumulated amount is now trapping as much extra heat as would be released by 600,000 Hiroshima-class atomic bombs exploding every single day on the Earth.
What in heaven's name are you talking about?
That's what's boiling the oceans, creating these atmospheric rivers and the rain bombs and sucking the moisture out of the land and creating the droughts and melting the ice and raising the sea level and causing these waves of climate refugees predicted to reach 1 billion in this century.
What the hell are you talking about?
Look at the xenophobia.
What the hell are you talking about?
Political authoritarian trends that have come from just a few million refugees. What about 1 billion?
No, you don't. Stop. Yes, I do. Stop. Josh, all I won't shut up.
I mean, If you can recall,
It's already right here. Look how far above the natural size this is.
you remember that like 30 years ago? Between that and what else do we have here?
Ukrainian families lost their loved ones today, and many more losing daily because of the war. And
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I shall ask you to honor the memory of every person Ukraine has lost with a minute of silence, please.
One minute later.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you for this minute.
20 minutes later.
Cocaine in the Ukraine.
Cocaine in Ukraine! T-C.
In the middle right now. Dance, dance with me, baby. Dance, dance with me, baby.
And we haven't really discussed the introduction of the 15-minute cities that they want us to live in.
In practice, 15-minute cities mean setting up cameras everywhere to keep track of where everyone is driving to ensure that they do not leave their designated district too frequently. In the case of Oxford, these boundaries will be enforced through traffic filters that will automatically issue fines to violating vehicles. The pilot is tentatively scheduled for the start of 2024, and it will see the city of Oxford divided into 6 districts. Those living in a particular area will be allowed to drive into other districts up to 100 times a year. After that, fines get issued. Now this sounds like a lot until you realise that many people need to drive through several districts to commute to work. The council addressed these concerns by saying that commuters could just use the ring roads outside of the main city. The community responded by pointing out that this would take a lot more time and cause a lot more pollution, and reducing pollution and car use is supposedly the purpose of the pilot.
What the hell?
Yeah, how about that? Isn't that convenient? That way, everything's right there for you. And if you do want to travel outside that 15-minute zone, well, you just got to ask government for permission with a valid reason and be under your carbon credit usage for the month. Otherwise, they'll deny you.
With our present systems of energy and land use, preventing any carbon dioxide emissions is not currently possible for most organizations. This is where carbon credits come in. Buying carbon credits compensates for the unavoidable emissions you create today by financing projects that reduce or absorb carbon emissions anywhere in the world.
Hey, this guy's a commie! Hey, keep it quiet!
Accreditations from internationally recognized standards give you the assurance that the projects producing your credits deliver the positive environmental and social impacts they set out to achieve.
Because they want to save the world. But as all these things start to come together and become more and more public, it's certainly going to get more and more people to start to raise an eyebrow. Huh? But the question is, do they have the psychological makeup to actually stand in what is right and refuse to comply with all of the restrictions on freedom that are being introduced under the guise of saving the world from diseases and man-made climate change that are topics being shoved down our face now by the media 24/7 over and over and over, with another attempted reintroduction of the most deadliest strain in the galaxy that's going to get everybody. Release the trap. And you know that, again, people are raising their eyebrows. And you know that the more and more things happen in people's lives that make them raise eyebrows, that their experience differs from what they're actually being told, and they start to use their brains a little bit, the step that is required next is for those people who understand this is all bullshit to then take actionable behavior by not only not complying with their own enslavement, they need to start speaking out about it. People need to start being an example of that to others so that others build the courage within themselves to do the same thing. Because you can only enslave 8 billion people if the majority of people choose to be enslaved and then enforce it on others. So the power does and always has lied with us. And this point in the agenda exposes them the most, because so many things have occurred as a result of the actions taken over the past 2 weeks to flatten the curve for 3 years. But it seems people are just content trusting our honest politicians.
I think I probably have a much higher IQ than you do, I suspect. I went to law school on a full academic scholarship, the only one in my class to have a full academic scholarship. The first year in law school, I decided I didn't want to be in law school and ended up in the bottom 2/3 of my class, and then decided I wanted to stay, went back to law school, and in fact ended up in the top half of my class. I won the international moot court competition. I was the outstanding student in the political science department at the end of my year. I graduated with 3 degrees from undergraduate school and 165 credits, only need 123 credits, and I'd be delighted to sit down and compare my IQ to yours if you'd like, Frank. I can say one thing.
Biden now concedes he did not graduate in the top half of his law school class, that he does not have 3 degrees from college, and that he was not named outstanding political science student in college.
Nope. Newsweek says Biden actually went to school on a half scholarship, ended up near the bottom of his class, and won only 1 degree, not 3.
Joe Biden ranked 76th in a class of 85 at the University of Syracuse Law School. I mean, this guy comes off this whole thing as a flyweight.
Now Biden says Newsweek is right. His memory had failed him.
And what else do we have here?
This is powerful stuff indeed. Take it away, Tucker.
Ooh, thank you for watching.
I can't stop.
So, anyway, frontmen and goofballs and retards.
He was a retard.
that we see and goof on are there for that purpose, you know. They're there to cause division. They're there to perceive themselves as caregivers of humanity and philanthropists and smart, educated men and women that would never have any kind of ill will or agenda of their own in the works.
We moved the clock forward the closest it has ever been to midnight. It is now 90 seconds to midnight.
Huh? It is literally an inverted airplane movie that people just refuse to wake up to, although they are starting to. So that's why speaking out, undermining it, ridiculing it, poking fun at it, and then explaining what needs to be done are the ways I choose to try to bring this to people's attention. An attempt to build up a sense of self-respect within a person by realizing they are better than what they're being told. They do have the ability to see how stupid this is, and they are comprehending it properly, and they need to build the courage within themselves not to cooperate with stupid shit. And that's the angle I hope starts to wake people up from what I try to do here. But the reality of it is, there's a million ways to wake up as long as you realize and understand the objective truth of the situation and then choose to act upon that truth righteously. So, anyway, I, as always, seem to have been rambling on for quite long enough, and we will leave it there. So as usual, and as always, hope all is well, and we'll see you on the next one. Get learning, get speaking.